And the university has a new mandatory requirement for all freshmen. We'll tell you what the university is forcing those students to do. That's all coming your way next. Daily Iowan TV starts right now. Thanks for tuning into your Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Ryan Jones.
And I'm Alyssa Bergamini.
We start tonight with downgraded Superstorm Sandy. Sandy has caused the death of 39 people so far in the United States, and more than 8.5 million people are still without power. We turn it now over to weather reporter Whitney Blakemore to take a look at the damage thus far. All freshmen will soon have to live in the living learning communities in the dorms. These living learning communities group together similar sets of people or students with common goals, such as their majors, in one area of the dorms. In previous years, the living learning communities were an option for incoming students living in the dorms. Now, students will have to rank their top preferences of communities and will be assigned to them by the university. The University of Iowa set the goal of having all students in living learning communities back in 2010. And in sports, the Iowa golf team does something they haven't done all year. We'll have the update right here shortly. Thanks, Whitney. Over 3,000 students and still growing. That's the number of international students at the UI. It has increased by over 60% in the last 5 years, but different cultures aren't always greeted with open arms. Daily Iowan TV's Brad Maxwell reports on the major barriers international students face at the UI. International students in need of support are encouraged to check out the OASIS organization at the UI. And now let's take a look at what's happening around the world besides Hurricane Sandy. GOP candidate Mitt Romney is expanding his ad campaign into Pennsylvania. This generally Democratic state has shown in recent polls that Governor Romney and President Obama are in a very close race. New ads could point to a very close election in the next week. The ads may begin running statewide as soon as Wednesday. And now, Daily Iowan TV's Annie Constable is here for your look at Hawkeye Sports. That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check us out at the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for watching and have a great night.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, the flood of 2008 is still haunting the University of Iowa campus. We'll tell you how upperclassmen are reacting to disappointment.
And the Iowa City Council made its final decision on keeping farm animals in your backyard. Thanks for tuning into your Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Alyssa Bergamini.
And I'm Ryan Jones. Now we start out tonight with a flood that destroyed several University of Iowa buildings 4 years ago. And now it's still actually affecting the lives of UI students here on campus.
That's right, Ryan. And many are not pleased with the apparent lack of progress, especially because this year's upperclassmen have only been on campus while many parts are under construction.
The demolition dates for the last flood recovery projects have been set for December 2013. This means that the art building and Hancher buildings will remain vacant for at least 1 more year. One student said he has been relocated several times in order to attend his classes, which causes a lot of stress for him. The basement of the Iowa Memorial Union was also severely damaged, but was originally scheduled to reopen by the time this year's seniors graduate in May. However, that goal has been pushed due to postponements in FEMA funding. The reopening is not expected to happen until August 2014. University officials say flood recovery efforts remain on schedule despite all the delays. But flood recovery is not the only inconvenience on campus. Now, construction of the main library is creating distractions for UI students who are trying to study for their final exams. The completion of the library's renovations is scheduled to be completed by December 2013. University of Iowa student has been appointed to the State Board of Regents. Hannah Walsh, a sophomore political science major, was appointed by Governor Terry Branstad on November 30th. She currently serves as the events coordinator for the UI College Republicans and as a senator in the UI student government. Walsh says she works to keep college affordable and making sure the majority of students at the Regents universities graduate in 4 years. Walsh will fill a position formerly held by Greta Johnson, an alum of Iowa State University. Still to come on Daily Iowan TV, find out how much weight you should expect to gain during this holiday season. The holiday season is here, and so are all the foods that come along with it. But what does that mean for students' waistlines? Daily Iowan TV's Marissa Mihalik tells us more. For students who want to curb the trend of gaining weight during this time of year, the campus recreational and wellness center is open until midnight daily. 9 students and a teacher died in Syria on Tuesday after a bomb was fired into a 9th grade classroom. A Syrian news agency blamed the bombing on terrorist organizations. The attack occurred after Syrian forces fired artillery at rebel targets around the capital. And we'll have all the latest details on Tuesday evening's Iowa City City Council meeting. Now that's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check us out tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for watching and have a great night.
And the Iowa City School Board has a big decision on how to allocate their funds. We'll have all the details. That's all coming your way next. Daily Iowan TV starts right now. Thanks for tuning in to your Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Ryan Jones.
And I'm Melissa Bergamini.
Election day is finally here and the last ballots are being cast.
This comes as a relief to many University of Iowa students. We caught up with several this afternoon to find out how they feel about the tone of the 2012 election season.
The Iowa City School Board will vote Tuesday night on how to allocate their tax funds. The board will likely pass the Security for Advanced Division of Education, or the SAVE plan. This plan would place all local option funds in the state's hands. It would also allocate a certain amount of money for each student in the district. This would result in the Iowa City School District receiving about $10.5 million. And in sports, after his team's third consecutive loss, head coach Kirk Ferentz steps up to the mic. Highlights and reactions coming up. Thanks, Brad. And now let's take a look at what is happening around the world. An employee of a California chicken processing plant killed one person and injured 3 others Tuesday after he opened fire at the business. 42-year-old Lawrence Jones attacked the establishment halfway through his shift. Police say they do not know what prompted the attack. Jones has an extensive criminal history which dates back to the 1990s. Jones also shot himself in the attack and is in critical condition. And now Daily Iowan TV's Andy Constable is here for your look at Hawkeye sports and find out what locals have to say about the presidential race. Now that's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check us out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. for everything you need to know about the 2012 election results. Thanks for watching and happy Election Day.